Hey, I'm here with Jamie Skultedi of Upskill Your Business. This is Mark Canty with Release Dynamics. And, we're just discussing what we can do. We're strategizing. As you know, Jamie and I are strategic partners, and we help people like you, solopreneurs, coaches, and consultants. And now are trying times. We've got this thing called COVID-19 upon us, and it's a worldwide epidemic, and it's a worldwide crisis. So Jamie and I are both fielding calls, we're both fielding emails, and maybe, Jamie, could you just give us, without naming names, a brief little synopsis of an email that you just popped in your mailbox, and we were just discussing that because I think this would be a really great topic and helpful for people.
Yeah, I actually had a client this morning send me an email and ask me to put a pause on our efforts for lead generation. We're starting to get some traction, or not starting to, we've been having some traction. And now this particular person feels like they want to pull back because of this interruption in life. I took her request and said, no problem, I'll shut that down for you right now. But I do ask you to consider this. So I don't know if you want me to share with you what.
Well, I want to qualify a little bit here because
Yeah.
let me ask you a few questions. So when you say lead generation, does that mean you're hammering out ads, buy now, got to
Yeah.
sign up, got to buy my services? What do you
Yeah.
mean by lead generation?
Yeah, so connecting with her ideal target market, and what she does is provide just content. This particular client, I mean, we have different ways and models that we do this, but the model that she has elected to use in her business is more of just being of service as far as providing resources, maybe an article, maybe something educational, maybe a tip or some type of content. And it's not, they're actually, ironically, and I'm glad that you asked me this question, we are not hammering anybody to come and work with her. We're not hammering them to come and consult with her, work with her, even to schedule a call. It's really her messaging, if you will, is really focused 100% on just being of service.
Now, of course, I knew the answer to that question because we worked together, but I wanted to make sure that people who are watching this understand this as well. Is our philosophy and our approach, in case you don't know us, to marketing is not one of what we might think of as the old school hard sell. Our whole approach to marketing, and if you've seen any of our recent webinars and talks about this, we talk about content on purpose. What do we mean by that? We mean providing value to people. It's almost like, I often call it the pay it forward model. So pay it forward, give people important information that they can take action on that's of value to them. And also at the same time, make sure that they know that you have a lot more to help them with, that you can't fire hose them and give them, everything at once, but that you're going to continue to provide value over time that they're going to be implement in their businesses and whatever sector that you're working in. But you're providing this value up front, and you're saying, hey, I'm here to help if you have trouble implementing that, or you want even more, or you need even more. So this is so important. And it's really, maybe I'll just share my perspective on that email. And my reaction to Jamie was, I went, ooh, at this point in time, I think you and I, Jamie, are aligned in that we're definitely not in a place where we've decided to abandon our clients. And I know that sounds harsh, but whoever wrote that email and whoever is thinking right now, I got to shut things down, I got to clamp things down, I want you to think about this for a minute. Is when times are great, is that the time that you're giving? Is that the time that you're in the mood for serving? But when times get tough, are you the person, are you the hoarder? And I know I'm being harsh here, but really I want you to have this mindset in your mind. And I really want to hit home on this. To be perfectly blunt, I don't care if I insult you right now. But if you're the type of person that's going to say, I'm going to cut back, I'm going to stop posting, I'm not going to provide anything of value, what you're really saying to me and everybody else in the world is that, hey, if I don't have a chance to make money back from you, I'm not interested in helping. I'm really not in the business of serving, in other words. I'm only in the business of gaining. Now, I know you don't mean that. And I know that no one, well, some people do. Obviously, some people are out there loading up their grocery carts with meat and toilet paper and they're hunkering down, and they're the hoarders. They're the people that, you and I don't want to be around, because obviously we wouldn't be in this business and we wouldn't be together if we didn't have a service mindset.
Well, and,
We're
and
the
also, let me just jump in, Mark,
Yeah,
on what you
please.
said.
And I want to get your perspective on it because I think this is something that we can all kind of be passionate about right now. We need to be passionate about. We need to be thinking about how to be proactive. So yes, please.
Yeah,
Jamie,
so
go ahead.
we might be thinking as entrepreneurs and business people that we don't want to bother anybody. We're all in this crisis mode, and so we don't want to be a bother. So I don't want to have it just seem that this particular client or person that we're talking about, or even people in general, are trying to unless they're making money, they're not interested. Because that's not at all the sense that I took from this. So
Of course
I
not.
want to make sure that we highlight that's important as well.
Yeah, it's
but I also
very
want to make
important.
sure that we highlight just how important it is for those who just feel like, I don't want to be anybody's bother. I don't want to be in somebody's inbox if they're sitting at home, doing jigsaw puzzles with their children,
Right. So,
like,
and it's really important. And Jamie and I
yeah,
were talking about this before too, is I have a tendency to exaggerate to make a point. And that is an exaggeration. But I
it's
shouldn't say,
valid.
but what
It's
I
valid.
want to do is
Yeah.
bring a perspective to it to say, people are out there, they're scared, they're frightened, they're wondering whether their businesses are going to go down, they're wondering what they're going to do next.
Yeah.
And they're not maybe thinking, oh, I'm going to reach out, I'm going to ask for help, I'm going to send out emails, I'm going to broadcast on Facebook, can anybody help me with this? Often when people get in crisis, they just kind of huddle down and they get into that state where they're fear driven and they don't know what to do. So think about this as, that person maybe that's in trouble and you're walking by, them on the street and they need help, but they don't know it or they don't know how to ask. Do you keep walking or are you proactive? Are you the one saying, hey, can I help you? You look like you're in crisis here. What can I do to help?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm suggesting, is to have that mental shift and to say, wow, who am I going to be as a coach and consultant? Am I going to be one of those ones who nobody hears from? Am I going to be the one that just rides out the storm and hunkers down and loads up my cupboards and just stays put? Or am I going to be the one that takes a lead here? And I believe we have a personal responsibility. We've chosen this path. And as a result, I believe we need to step up as leaders and we need to say, how can we help? And that's what Jamie and I are doing. And that's what we're here to do. As a matter of fact, we're going to start in different formats. We haven't figured it out yet. We might broadcast daily. We might write daily. We're going to start getting things out there to support everyone that we possibly can. So the message that I want to, just shout from the rooftops is that we're here and we're going to amp things up. We're going to be here to serve. And we're not abandoning anybody. If you need anything, as you know, we always are open. Our phone lines are open. We're always open to jump on a call, on a Zoom call, on anything, to go through a crisis with you, to go through a problem, to help you solve a challenge. We've always been that way, and we will continue to be that way. And I want to turn things back over to Jamie and get her opinion here and not dominate, but I just, want to kind of finish this thought by saying, I want to encourage you to step up. If you're watching this video, I want to encourage you to step up and say, how can I help? How can I serve? Get the word out about what you do. If you're a health and wellness coach, people need you. Stress is at an all-time high. People need to be healthy. They need to be meditating. They need to be exercising. They need to be journaling. They need your help to hold their hand, maybe because they just don't feel like it right now. If you're a business leadership coach, what are people doing? What are business owners doing? They might be at a place where they're at home right now and they're in a total state of panic because they're used to being in an office. They're used to managing a team, telling people what to do to get things done. They're the ones that need help. Maybe they don't understand technology as well as you do. Maybe you can help them put a Zoom meeting together with their executive team. Other people that are out there, small businesses that need your help, that maybe you serve small businesses and that's who you coach and consult with. Well, maybe they're a restaurant and right now they're going, we've been instructed we have to close our doors. How can we survive this? Well, maybe you can help them with creative ideas on how to market, how to do outreach, how to set up a home delivery program, how to set up a takeout window. You can help them come up with innovative ideas. But again, without your help, they might just be stuck and frozen and paralyzed. Jamie, back to you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I have another client I spoke with yesterday who is a career coach, and people have been reaching out to her. So she's being proactive. She told me she's going to be setting up free free, I don't want to put quotes on that, but free Zoom calls in a group setting. So she's inviting people, let's all get together as a group, all my clients, let's meet, let's strategize. Because especially in that kind of business, you know, as a career coach, people are fearing for their careers right now. This is just such a perfect time to be there and be of service and to be of help. And if I may just kind of give a plug for us, and we usually only offer this for members of our group, but I think it's fair for us to open this up. It's totally free. It's free to our members. And I want to make this offer to anybody who can join us tomorrow, which is Wednesday, what is today? March 18th. At 3 o'clock Eastern time, we do a live implementation call. So we do just that, just what I was describing my client to do. We get on the call. We always are it's an implementation call. So we usually work on things that they can take away and work on, you know, in their business. And might be a great opportunity for anybody who's watching this, whether you're a member of our group or not, join us. And the link to register, I made this link yesterday, so it's perfect. I can, off the top of my head, www.upscaleyourbusiness.com/implementation. And that should get you to the registration page.
And wherever you find this video, we'll post it. So look for the link around this video. As a matter of fact, you know, we're going on the fly here because this is the time to be spontaneous and proactive. I'm going to suggest that if people show up tomorrow and need help, we want to grow this. Jamie, I'm going to suggest that we do this every week right now instead of once a month, and that we're out there. And just a little bit more information about what is this implementation call. Again, as Jamie said, normally we do this for clients. The implementation call is where we kind of come, it's like an open mic session really, where somebody comes and they say, I've got this idea, or I've got this problem, or I've got this challenge, or I want to implement this, but I don't know how. Can you guide me through that? Can you give me some tips on how I can actually make this happen, or how I can get unstuck, or how I can get over this hurdle? And we dive in and we go deep into that whoever wants to bring up a point, we go deep. So it's very spontaneous. You can bring any question you've got, any topic you've got, and we're going to go deep with you. And we're going to see if we can come up with a game plan, a strategy, a tactic, something that's going to help you make that happen. And now more than ever, we need to be supporting each other in this way. So watch for that link. Join us tomorrow, Wednesday, the 18th of March at 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's noon on the Pacific Coast. You can figure out what your time zone is elsewhere in the world or between there, but please join us. And I'm just going to close off with one more reminder that now is the time that the world needs you, coaches and consultants. Now's the time to step up your game. Now's the time to get up early, not sleep in. Now's the time to be ready to stay up late, because this is your moment to serve. This is your moment to step up and do what you do so well. And don't wait for people to call. Let's get out there and let's get the message out. And let's find out how you can get the word out to as many people as possible. And maybe that'll be the topic of our conversation tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what comes up. Jamie, I don't want to make this a long-winded video, but I'll throw it back to you and then we'll close. Yeah.
I was just going to say, you know, most of us entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, coaches, consultants, we already work at home. Like for me, this quarantine thing did not affect my daily life. Even my son has been homeschooled this year. So, you know, we're all, to me, it's not a major change. And I live in Florida, so we're always in hurricane preparedness mode. So for me, this is not a big change. So I just want to highlight that for those of you who also work at home. Like, this shouldn't be a major crisis. It really should be an opportunity for you to have the time that you need to like work on some of those components for your business. Maybe the content, developing new content, just thinking about how you can be of more service in general, whether it's, you know, quarantine time or just trying to help people in the business. So, all right. So we don't want to be long-winded. We've been long-winded, and that's all I have.
We've been long-winded. Of course, you sparked one other thought, which you always do with me, Jamie, and that is, we're like you, we're dealing with this too. Jamie and I just had this conversation before we decided to record this meeting, is that we're both going, wait a minute, we work from home. This really need not affect us. And yet both of us are feeling the stress.
Yeah.
And both of us have an anxiousness, and how can we not? We're in a multimedia world, and we're being influenced by that media as well. Our choice is to be proactive about this, and I think the best thing we can do is come together, and we need to connect. I know there's social distancing. Well, here's instead of a distancing, let's close the gap. We have that ability because we're on screens here, and we don't have to worry about the virus spreading. So let's make this group, let's come together as a group, let's pay it forward and do everything that we can. And I'll leave it at that, and I'll look forward to having a great interactive discussion with everyone tomorrow on our monthly implementation call, that we're going to see if there's energy around this, and if we can build it, if people want to do this weekly during this time of stress, which looks like it's going to be upon us for the next few months at the least.
And it's free, so
always. Nothing, no obligation here other than
come and play with us in the sandbox.
Yeah, come play with us in the sandbox. Any other closing comments, Jamie?
That's it.
Thanks so much. We'll see you all tomorrow. We'll look for the link, sign up. Let's get together and do this together. Okay.